Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've purchased a truck, a few months. I've been trying to cut down because I have a bunch of trucks in storage, and my project list is growing and growing and growing. At least I don't have a problem with finding work to do, but I do have a ever-growing list of projects I need to work on. So with that being said, I bought a new truck. I just can't help myself. This thing popped up on Marketplace, and I fell in love with the patina on it. I think it just has a beautiful patina. Unfortunately, the box doesn't match. This was originally a Southwestern Bell service truck, so telephones, and it had a short bed utility box on it, which I thought was pretty cool. Unfortunately, previous owner wanted to make a pickup out of it and took the utility box off of it and put this short bed on it, which it's pretty nice short bed, but it's wrong color. And anyway, I fell in love with the cab, and it's actually in really nice shape. The first thing I noticed in the pictures was there's no gaping hole here in the fender. There is a few spots there that I found once I got up close, so you could probably poke a hole in that fender, but as far as bump sides go, that fender is really nice, especially over here. This one's really perfect. No spots down there. And the patina, I also fell in love with the patina here. So I've cleaned the door off, and you can see some of the Southwestern Bell, and just to kind of see how it was going to clean up, this is kind of how it was. See how chalky this is, and you can just wipe it off. This thing has been sitting for a very, very, very long time, but it's majority rust free, and it's a 67. So those two things are pretty neat, in my opinion. It does have some whammies on the hood that are unfortunate if you do a patina build with this, because then you screw up the paint. And it has been painted. I guess I should say that before I open the hood. This was the original color. It's kind of more of a blue, and it was recolored this kind of army green kind of color. So I thought it was original paint until I started seeing this. And right here you can tell, because it has overspray on the grill. But I did check the behind the headlight buckets, and it was originally all painted the same color. It wasn't white, which I thought is pretty interesting. Fleet order kind of stuff. I'm sure you could tell them whatever you want. Same with the bumper. I think the bumper was painted this bluer color, not the green, but they painted over it with the green. But you know what I'm saying. Has a 240 in it. This truck actually only has one option that I've found. One option, well, two options, I guess. It has a oil bath air cleaner, which I guess would have been an option, but it has two options. Has the standard 240 in it, standard 3-speed. It is a base model with no armrest. It didn't come with mirrors on it. Those are aftermarket mirrors. The only other option I have in it is this light right here. This is a Ford. It says FOMOCO right there. This is a Ford spotlight. So I thought that was pretty cool. Since it was a work truck, it's pretty bare in here. No armrest over here, no armrest over there. You can tell because it doesn't have the holes for the armrest, and it has the economy heater with the 67, so it doesn't have the controls up here on the dash. The controls for the heater are right here with a single knob. No gauges right here. We just have lights for the oil and alternator. So it is pretty bare bones in here, which is this seat is not original. It's blue trim, which I thought was interesting. So the steering column is blue, and the seat would have been blue. This isn't the original seat, but it's been setting for a very, very long time. As far as I can tell, I think it was in the 80s, mid 80s. It does have an Oklahoma inspection sticker up here, but you unfortunately cannot read the year. I can see 1, 9, and something, and probably 2. So I think it's an 8, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure about that 82 number 2, because I found this unopened letter behind the seat, and it's 83, which I guess if you got it inspected in 82, I guess you could have it in the 83 before you got it inspected again. But here's an unopened letter behind the seat, and I also found an inspection a receipt in the glove box for 81. So I guess it kind of makes sense for the 82, 83 kind of idea. It does have a radio delete plate that was in the glove box. It's not installed, so it didn't even have a radio. But 3-speed on the column, like I said. But this being a 67 and it being mostly complete and mostly rust-free, I just had to go pick it up. It does have some holes in the floor but it's not terrible. You know, I would probably put 4 pans in it just because it's going to be thin because of this flaky rust. But that is pretty much the extent of the holes right there. That's the biggest hole in the thing. The cab mounts are good. All the floor supports are good. The rear cab corners are good. So as far as 67 goes, that is pretty rare from what I've seen. There's the cab mounts. Pretty solid. This was a Southern Oklahoma truck, so it should be pretty solid. You know, fender aprons are all in good shape. It even has the bag right there. But the main idea I had with this truck is I've been wanting to do a patina build, and this one fit the bill because it's so solid and rust free. The majority of the rust is in the floor pans and stuff, which, you know, that's fine. You can cut that out and weld it in. It's not going to screw up the patina. The main thing is the exterior is all fairly rust free, like the doors and the fenders. If you have big gaping holes in there and you got to repair those, and you got to try to match the patina, that gets a little bit more complicated. So I saw this truck and I had the envision of doing a 67 highboy patina build with a flatbed. Since we don't have a bed that matches, I'd probably do a flatbed on it instead of trying. Well, I'm never going to find a bed that matches this color because it's a special fleet color. And also, if I tried to match it, it probably wouldn't look as good because I'm not the best paint guy. So if I do a flatbed, that eliminates the needing to find a bed. And I have a 67 highboy that I've been wanting to do a build on, but I haven't found the right truck. I've been trying to find a Wimbledon white truck to put on it and do a patina build, but I just haven't found one. I just can't find a good 67, I guess. That's kind of why I got so excited when I saw this one. But here's my 67. It's been waiting here undercover. The cab on it isn't bad, but the only problem is it was a farm truck for a very long time, and it is just absolutely tore up. Dents everywhere. You know, rust in the fenders, rust in the cab mounts, rust in the cab corners. 4 pans are cut out of it, and just this is actually the good side, but you know, just it looks good in pictures, but when you start digging around on it, I played with the idea of keeping this cab, but you know, the further I get into it and further I get into it, I was like, I'm just not gonna be able to make it as nice as I want without just totally redoing it all, which is what I was trying to avoid, you know, getting into another 100% strip it all the way down restoration, because I already have several of those undergoing, and they just take so much time and waiting on things and you know, that kind of stuff. I wanted to have one where I can knock it out in like a month or two. So that's the idea with this one, with a patina build, and it already has a bed on it, although I'm not using this bed. I actually sold it to my brother. And I want to find a more period correct bed, maybe one without a headache rack and a wood floor, kind of like I did on my 69 F350 flatbed, the first one I sold on Bring a Trailer. It had an old Napa hide bed with a wood floor. I really like that one. But that's kind of my plan, was use this chassis and get that cab on it, you know, fix the rust in the floor pans and undercoat the underside. And I'm actually thinking about respraying the interior to make the interior really nice, but just kind of leave the exterior with the patina and maybe do a clear coat over it or something of that nature. I haven't really got that far into the build idea, but that's my plans for this. The only other thing that I thought was power plant. This truck had a 352 in it. That short bed has a 240. I was kind of thinking maybe 352. But then I thought, I have something in the shop here that might go in it. Let me show you guys. So right here is my next option I was thinking of. You might have seen this in the background of some of my other videos. If you have, you might get a sneak peek of it. But it's actually a 7.3 Godzilla engine, a Ford takeout engine out of a E350 van. And it actually comes from Godzilla Garage, and they teamed up with me and got me this engine and transmission package. And this thing is really neat. It is a takeout engine, but it's only delivery miles. They take these out and retrofit the vans with EV. So the engine only has, I think, 12 or something miles on it, whatever the delivery is from the whatever train or truck or however it gets to the end destination. So it's practically brand new. It has a 6R140 transmission. So that's something where this is a little bit different than the Super Duty engines. They have a 10-speed, where this is a 6-speed out of like the earlier generation Ford Super Duties. It is a very large, physically large transmission, because this is a heavy duty transmission. So it is a 6R140. Don't confuse it with the 6R80 that's in my Ultimate Highboy. This is a much bigger transmission. It is kind of similar in case design, but the size is much physically larger. And the engine itself is big in displacement, 7.3 liters, but it is small in its package because it's a cam-in block engine. This is the first cam-in block engine that Ford's made since like the 90s. So this thing has push rods, and see how small the heads are. You know, this is kind of a traditional engine, which I thought is really cool. That's why I really like this design. And I've wanted to do something with this engine for a while now. And I finally have one here, thanks to Godzilla Garage. Big shout out to those guys. I'm going to link them in the description below if you want to check them out and maybe get one of your own. They're very reasonably priced, and he gets them sent to you fast. So really great guys to work with. I'm going to have a link in the description below. Hit them up on Instagram. Check them out on their website, and tell them I sent you. So that helped me out a lot. Thanks, guys. But anyway, I thought, well, maybe this engine will be pretty cool in that 67 build, so we don't have to worry about the 352 or 240 dilemma. We just put this 7.3 in there, and since it's kind of a I don't know, patina build and kind of a put together truck, why not make a resto mod kind of a deal out of it? You know, disc brakes, kind of leave the old school look, but make it kind of modern, kind of like my Ultimate Highboy is, except it has a 428 and the old FE, and you still have to deal with all the old engine stuff like oil leaks and that kind of stuff, where this is going to be a new modern engine that should run flawlessly and perfectly. So that's kind of my idea. The funny thing is, I originally got this engine for my other 69 Highboy that we're doing a full frame off restoration on. It's been a long time since that truck's been on the channel. It's kind of been on the back burner because I've had these other projects I've been working on. The cab and bed are actually at the body shop, and we did the frame a long time ago on the channel, I think a year and a half ago or so. And then that truck, well, what happened was the Harbor Blue Highboy came here, and I knew I could get that one knocked out sooner, so it jumped ahead of that one. So it kind of got put on the back burner. But I do have the cab and the beds sandblasted and primed, and it's actually at the body shop. I'm going to try to get that thing done, you know, from the body shop sometime this year, by the end of the year. So I thought maybe if I could get this one knocked out before that one, and we'll see how things go. You know, I change things all the time. And I also have my Ultimate Crew Cab back there I'm working on. But, you know, that's my personal project, so every now and then I have to sneak in one of these, and I'm selling so I can make a few bucks and keep spending money on that thing back there. So anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Should I keep the 352 in the 67 build? Do you even like that idea I have? I don't know. I'm still up in the air on it. That short bed I just bought because it looked cool, so I just kind of put that plan together in my head to make it make sense to go buy it. So tell me what you guys think. Should I keep finding a Wimbledon white truck to put on that one? Should I put that Southwestern Bell service truck on that 67 Highboy? What do you think about the flatbed idea? And what do you think about the 7.3 idea? Tell me about all that in the comments below. Help me decide, because I'm still up in the air. I haven't made a plan, and you guys can help me make one. So let me know down in the comments, guys. I hope you like this short little video, kind of get you up to date on what's going on the channel. And like this video if you like this. Subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching, guys.